Moving on, the National Assembly Departmental Committee on Finance and Planning has today met with various stakeholders in the consideration of the Anti-Money Laundering and Combating of Terrorism Financing Laws Amendment Bill 2023. This comes a month after the Cabinet approved the bill and sanctioned its transmittal to Parliament for passage. While making his submission, Central Bank of Kenya Governor Dr. Kamau Thuge told the committee that Kenya needs a strong anti-money laundering regulatory regime necessary to support international transactions, international trade, and correspondent banking relationships. Our very own Kennedy Kimani with more on this story.
Maybe 1 month after the Cabinet gave a green light to the Anti-Money Laundering and Combating of Terrorism Financing Laws Amendment Bill 2023, the National Assembly Departmental Committee on Finance and Planning has today met with various stakeholders in the consideration of the bill.
What then will be your...
While making his submissions, CBK Governor Dr. Kamau Thuge told the committee that Kenya needs a strong anti-money laundering regulatory regime necessary to support international transactions, international trade, and correspondent banking relationships.
The rationale for this new section is to give CBK express powers for on-site inspection, consolidated supervision, issuing guidelines, compelling production of documents, and vet significant shareholders and share information with counterparts.
The bill comprehensively reviews laws related to anti-money laundering, anti-terrorism financing, and counter-financing of the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction.
Thank you. Anyway, it is the same place. Governor.
This includes stricter penalties for individuals and entities found guilty of money laundering offences, like heavy fines and extended prison terms, that are expected to act as deterrents against illicit financial activities.
You know, we are under the Eastern and Southern Africa Anti-Money Laundering Group. And that group, they always now go and evaluate other countries' anti-money laundering and financing of terrorism and also proliferation financing, to see whether the regime, the anti-money laundering regime, is in line with international standards that have been set by FATF. And indeed, that mutual evaluation report is actually the basis for why we are amending our anti-money laundering regime.
The amendment bill marks a significant step towards combating money laundering and enhancing Kenya's financial integrity. The amendments will help in mitigating the risk of anonymous transactions and ensure transparency in financial dealings.
At 2%.
Kennedy Kimani, Hope TV Newswatch, Nairobi.